More roster news developing over the last couple of hours, and many people theorizing what Moist may be doing as we are approaching champs. Of course, SSG is in this conversation as well, as they recently parted ways with their roster that was able to win ALGS Split 2 playoffs and did kind of make it seem like they were coming back. So what is happening in the current state of ALGS Apex Esports? Let's dive in. Let's talk about what has been developing just recently. So Don actually came out for Ninja in Pajamas. Of course, he did coach this SSG roster that was able to win at the Split 2 playoffs. It was kind of a last minute thing, just bringing in the vibes. Apparently those guys had a lot of issues internally that we've already discussed. So Don came in, they won LAN, and of course he was playing, or coaching for NIP over in the EMEA region, and it was a total shakeup for him. But he comes out to say, as of today, I am no longer with NIP, and the biggest reason for my departure is that I've been struggling lately with my health, and being away from 12 to 8 a.m. for months on end just wasn't feasible in the long run. I'd like to think all these people starts tagging everybody, similar to how we saw with ZZ, kind of like giving a lot of shout outs for the people that kind of got my career started for making NIP. But these people, obviously NIP staff, that make such an amazing stay, and you guys deserve the utmost respect. To my teammates, love you guys and thank you for everything. Nasky, Amphi, Zane, I'm gonna miss you a lot and wouldn't change all those months together for the world. Just don't kill each other while I'm not there. Very excited for what this new chapter holds for me. And obviously this guy, a lot of those people, I've seen many teams, right? North American coaches coaching APAC South teams, APAC South region people coaching EMEA or North American rosters. So it can be a massive toll because these guys are staying up super late. They have weird wonky schedules. So it definitely can get out of hand. It can get crazy, especially to do that for, like you said, months on end. So Don no longer going to be a part of that roster, but I think obviously he's a big asset. Obviously a very good coach, and one with a recent LAN win under his belt, right? So maybe this is someone that could really enhance another roster out there that is looking for someone like that. Also, speaking of roster updates and people looking for someone or something, what's going on here? We've got Charlie with the most recent update for Moist in the ALGS. Many people obviously saw Moist disband. We'll talk more about those implications pretty soon, because another team now getting into the invite for champs because of that disband. That spot opens up, but Moist going apart from each other, splitting apart. Well, obviously we thought, what's going on? Moist not paying? Is it too expensive? Why would they split up? It didn't seem like they were doing too bad at the time. Well, Moist basically will be re-entering the ALGS scene, according to Charlie, according to his recent post. And obviously here's what he was saying from his stream clip.
Yeah, our Apex roster is kaput. Falcons have more money than God, so they took Waltzy from us. But we have news for Apex. We will be at champs.
So from that clip, many people would assume that the Moist breakup wasn't necessarily like, hey, we've got issues, but maybe the fact that Falcons had issues and that they wanted to go for Waltzy. Waltzy's buyout was possible with the Falcons, finances, and so therefore it kind of split the Moist roster apart from there. So then you hear the confirmation that they will be a champ. So who will they be playing with? Well, many people start pointing fingers at Koi and Zainu, right? Recent LAN winners. Like, why would you not want to pick up the team that just won LAN? They normally wouldn't be available, but suddenly they are. Koi and Zainu possibly could go to Moist. Who would they picked up, right? They've been playing with this Doom roster. Strafing Flame, also North American, or a guy who swapped from APAC South, wanting to go to North America. He made that very, very clear. And also a free agent. Crazy good IGL. It makes so much sense on paper. I could really see that roster coming together, and that would be a good pickup for Moist. But then on the other hand, who could SSG be looking to pick up? Would they ever re-pick up a team like this if Strafing Flame was a jump on board? So many people are pointing at XSSG, right? Koi, Zainu, or they're also looking at potentially Stallions, right? Maybe they want to go for someone that has a little bit of lower stock right now that they can get in for cheap, and hopefully that they can make a good presence at LAN. Obviously, that is a route that many do like to take. We've seen that, especially for new organizations like Glitch Gaming and all these others back in the day. They'll start off cheap somewhere that they can just get their foot in the door, an appearance at LAN, and then make some changes later. But Moist is not a team like that. I think they could just immediately jump in for like this ex-SSG roster. Another roster they may want to consider, very obviously, the Jin Burton, Timmy, and Designful roster. This team, I think, is definitely going to be a fan favorite, whether or not you think they will succeed because of whatever role issues you think may exist or legend meta comps that are going on right now that they don't fit into. I think on paper, like, Here we go, on paper again. I'm saying it, but Jin Burton, obviously known, proven, amazing player. People can get behind him. They like his personality, and I think a lot of you are rooting for any team that Jin Burton is on. Timmy is another one. You can't hate Timmy. I don't know anyone that hates Timmy. I think we all love Timmy. We all root for Timmy. Designful is like your big brother, little brother, who's just, he's rogue, he's crazy, he's out there, but you love him and you respect him for that. You root for the guy to have success. He's always up for a challenge. And so I think that we're all looking at this roster and thinking like, you know, I kind of hope that they do good. I would like to see them kind of overtake Falcons. I would like to see them have some success. So hope this roster does go good. Possibly another one that Moist would be looking at, maybe even SSG. I think big organizations definitely want this team. Obviously a very pricey team to say the least though. Also, with Moist disbanding, once again, we do get some updates to the champs teams. This now means that GHS Professional will be invited to champs and their entire roster, of course. So this is exciting because now 4 Japanese teams will participate in their first ALGS LAN at home, right? Obviously this tournament being in Japan, you know, another additional Japanese roster being invited here is going to be very exciting, and I cannot imagine what that crowd, home crowd, is going to be. I mean, you know, there is no community, I think, for Apex Legends like the Asian community. They really love this game. They're very passionate about this esports. So I'm excited to see this go to Japan, the location wise, and to see them get another team, have a few handful of teams that they can get behind and root for. A lot of pride on the line here, especially obviously with North America being this just dominant powerhouse and EMEA getting a lot stronger recently. Very interested to see what these teams do, but a big update there obviously is a new team will be participating at ALGS Champs. Also another update, Phony, recent winner here for ALGS Split 2 playoffs, still not finding a team. He posted that this is basically looking like he's not going to get a team, right? The guy that just won LAN, not going to be competing at the World Championship anymore. Crazy how this roster stuff can just really change the game. But since I'm not going to be competing at ALGS, it seems I'll be looking for a team for BLGS in the meantime. And I understand, right? Controversies all over the place. We talked about it, right? I get that there's bridges burned. I get that there's maturity issues that have been, you know, put out between everybody, and everyone's saying, look, he's got problems, they got problems, they all got problems. I get it. But just the fact of the matter that a person just won Split 2 playoffs and is not competing at the next LAN or not competing at the World Championship that they not only qualified for, but won a LAN event. I mean, that's just crazy to think about. I you know, despite the controversies, okay, I get it. I just think that this is a wild scenario where this actually worked out. I mean, still the fact that the team that won LAN disbanded after they won is still, like, you know, off the rails to me. I think that's completely crazy. And he even posted like a follow-up the day after this. Champs teams, look, I'm still available, still not getting picked up. Phony may be out of luck, unfortunately. Roster lock, I think, is coming into effect today. So, you know, tomorrow at the time of recording, but today when you're watching. So, look, it may just be chalked. It may be over. I would imagine he would have got an offer by now. It looks like it might not go that way. Phony likely to miss out. Also, speaking of missing out, will we possibly see World's Edge miss out on the map rotation? His Watson comes out to say E-District should replace World's Edge in ALGS. World's Edge has officially, or, you know, been incredibly stale over the last couple of years. All the good spots are known. Teams play the same way every time because they've had years to protect their or perfect their rotations. The games are predictable and boring. E-District is absolutely stunning, clearly designed to be played competitively. There are more cover and more loot spawns than any other map. Getting gate kept on this map is virtually impossible. Every choke point looks like it was designed with the question, how do we prevent this from being a death trap in mind? So basically just giving a lot of praise to E-District, hating a lot on World's Edge, as many have done, especially Nicewig as well. He's been another advocate for getting rid of World's Edge, and it looks like we may be going that direction. Brand marketing lead Jasmine for ALGS posted the infamous eye emoji, which we all know means absolutely confirmed. Just kidding, but it definitely could go that route. BLGS already implementing E-District into the map rotation. Would be very interested to see if we do get this either in year 5. I doubt it, champs, but possibly well, honestly, we could get a champs, because if they're going to be playing BLGS with E-District in mind, they may make that rotation change, because we've got months and months and months until we actually play champs. So BLGS may be the actual testing ground to implement E-District in for World's Edge for champs. Interested to see how that goes, though. Of course, a lot of conversation about ALGS roster updates and map updates and the whole system that's going on right now. Interested to see your thoughts down in the comment section below. Of course, like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all things inside of the world of Apex Legends esports. And until the next time, we'll see you all later. Gators.